Hello everyone, my name is Kaitlyn Goins. How are you doing today? Have you ever lived with someone who just didn't clean up after themselves? Ever? Well, I have and still do. The biggest issue is that making a mess and then leaving it for days or weeks for someone else to clean up is just my biggest pet peeve. I'm not paid to be anyone's maid, nor will I act like one. I believe in the saying, if you make the mess, you clean the mess. I was raised in a home that stayed clean and you cleaned up after yourself. Therefore, I will not pick up after an adult as if they were my child. Who really wants to have friends over to their place if it's a disgusting mess because someone who's too gross and lazy can't clean up behind themselves? Through this quite annoying experience, I've realized that the biggest issues are the dirty dishes, the clothes piles everywhere, and books and papers thrown all over the place. Let's start with dirty dishes. Everyone should know that dirty dishes create a horrific stench if they're left there long enough. That smell that you barely catch whenever you're walking by the kitchen and then it hits you full force once you step in, yeah, that stench. This leads to not having any clean dishes for anyone else to use due to pure laziness. Then they're forced to wash your dirty dishes just so they can eat. Not only that, but when dishes sit, they become an absolute pain to get clean. The food gets stuck onto the dishes and a washing sponge becomes completely useless. We have a dishwasher that's in perfect condition. All you have to do is rinse your dishes off, stick them in, and then start it whenever it's full. Next, I would like to tell you about the clothes piles. We had this issue of a roommate piling their clothes in our apartment everywhere. In the laundry room, the bathroom, and even in the living room. It creates a huge mess that leaves no room for anyone to sit. It also prevents anyone from being able to walk through half of the living room. Walking into the laundry room and actually having room to move is definitely not going to happen. And don't even think that standing on a bare bathroom floor is even possible. The worst part isn't even that they create such clutter, but they're mostly dirty. Having to step on, move around, or just sit by dirty clothes is like jumping into someone's dirty clothes basket. Who wants to do that? Gross. We all have separate bedrooms and closets. There shouldn't be no issue of where someone's clothes belong. Definitely not in the living room, the laundry room floor, or the bathroom floor. So far I've told you about the dirty dishes and the clothes piles. Last, I would like to tell you about the books and papers. You can't sit at our dining room table without being bombarded with books and papers scattered everywhere. It's not even as if they're stacked neatly or anything, but just scattered all about in the way that they were used to begin with. Not only do they take up the dining room table, but also the counter space in the kitchen. Why in the world does someone need their books on the kitchen counter? This all leads to someone else having to clean it all up because they need to actually use it for what it's made for. Also, when someone scatters all of their mess over common areas, they can mix it up with other things. This could be bad because it could easily be an important document or letter or anything else. Then they're left in a panic because of someone else's mess. Common areas can be used for studying and other work, but being considerate of others and at least keeping it neat is not much to ask for. If there's time to make the mess, then there's time to clean the mess. Today, I have given you 3 reasons of why someone not cleaning up after themselves is my biggest pet peeve. 1, it's the dirty dishes that get stacked a mile high and create a terrible smell. 2, it's the clothes piles that get scattered across every room in the apartment. And 3, the books and papers that take up all the counter space. Do you remember how I asked you if you had ever lived with someone who didn't clean up after themselves? Well, if you haven't, I can guarantee you, you will never want to now. If you have, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you think you might be that person, then start cleaning. I've been trying for 2 months to fix this issue and still have seen no progress. I think I'm about to go insane A dirty home is a sad home.